Citizens of Norta, it is with a heavy heart that I report to you the death of our king, Tiberius Calor VI, King of Norta, Flame of the North. In what appears to be an attempt to usurp the crown, manipulated by suspected Scarlet Guard spy Marina Titanos, Prince Tiberius VII killed his father with his own sword. Prince Maven Calor will now step in as acting king for his father, and we await his address to his people. Rest in peace, wise, gentle King Tiberius. I'm Greg Rockefeller.
I'm Beth Rockefeller.
And I'm Mia Rockefeller, and this is Reading with the Rockefellers, a family book club podcast.
Today we are discussing Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard.
So grab a copy and join us on this literary journey.
Maven has betrayed me. No, he was never on my side at all. My eyes adjust, seeing bars through the dim light. The ceiling is low and heavy, just like the underground air. I've never been here before, but I know it all the same. The bowl of bones, I whisper aloud, expecting no one to hear me. Instead, someone laughs.
Welcome to Reading with the Rockefellers. This is episode 18, Red Queen, chapter 27.
It was a swole laugh.
I don't understand how she didn't feel Cal being there because of his heat.
Right.
I mean, we'll get to that in a second, why technically his ability isn't working, but still, I feel like he would just be angry.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I think they're leaning up against the same wall.
Not when it starts.
Oh, are they not?
He gets up and he goes and
moves.
sits by her. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then she can feel like the heat radiating off of him or whatever.
But I also feel like she was just like, there's no one else here with me. I'm the only one who's in danger. It's like, Mare, sweetheart.
In her defense, when this has happened previously, pretty much wherever she's woken up, she's been alone.
That's true.
So she would probably figure that they would take Cal and put him someplace else and not leave him right with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I get it.
She doesn't know yet that they're equally fated.
Yes.
And that's why they're both there.
Mm-hmm.
In the bowl of bones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trademark.
Well, underneath it right now.
Well, I mean, I feel like
Right.
It's all part of the same structure.
Tomato.
Like, I feel like the cells beneath, like, the Hall of the Sun is still part of the Hall of the Sun.
Right.
Fair enough.
They haven't actually gone into the
arena yet.
The arena, the actual Thunderdome. It kind of reminds me of Mad Max Thunderdome.
Kinda. Or the, arenas? Gladiator arenas.
Yep.
From way back in the Disney. But she comes to, and she thinks she's alone. She hears somebody laugh. And of course, it's Cal.
Yeah. Very swole.
Yeah. It's hulkiness over in the corner. She can see it as her eyes begin to get used to the dark. And so she's kind of going over her. This is like her pre-pity party.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the appetizers at the pity party. She hasn't really gotten to the full course meal yet.
Yeah, everyone's still waiting in the foyer.
Yeah.
Right.
They're
They've been
waiting
invited.
to go into the...
They haven't opened the doors yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The reception hasn't officially started.
I even have issues with the caterer.
Yeah. It's ironing out all the kinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can we keep this party metaphor going? I feel like we can continue this.
But this is
As long as you want.
Is this also not where she's introduced to Silent Stone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the first thing she wants to do is test her abilities.
Right.
And she can't.
Cal's like, well, duh.
She's like, where's Arvin? You know?
Like, nowhere, sweetheart.
Like, no.
I mean, he's somewhere, but
right.
not here.
He's close by, but he's not causing this particular issue.
He's not in the same area.
Yeah. So the cells are made out of what's called silent stone.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically traps your ability, pushes down your ability, just like a silence does, or a silent ability does.
I love that Cal's just like, don't ask me to explain it because I can't. And I don't feel like trying right now.
I don't feel like trying. What's to explain?
Well, I feel like it's
just stone that suppresses your abilities.
Yeah, she gets it, but you learn how it's made in the third book, and it's really disturbing. Did you not know that? Maybe you didn't remember.
Well, Silent Stone. I know Silent Stone is definitely something that is talked about and used a lot in the future books. That's why I pointed it out here, because it's really our first introduction. And then she gets a brief history lesson, correct, on like the previous executions.
Yeah, Cal runs down a list of people that have been executed there, and then adds them on to the end of it. The traitor prince who killed his father for the crown, and the little lightning girl who talked him into it, basically.
Yeah. We're giving the paraphrase version.
Right, exactly. But obviously, the media will give them some sort of label. You know, they love to package things and brand it up and spin it. So you know that they'll do that at some point in time.
Well, of course. So I think it's dawned on Mare now at this point that they're going to get executed, right?
Yeah.
She understands that that's what's happening here.
Yeah, Cal makes it pretty clear that they're going to execute him. And then he goes on kind of like a Forrest Gump style rant about all the different ways that they could be executed.
I want to bring something up from just before that. Mare's talking about how, like, you know, she corrupted Cal's thoughts, and he's like, well, you almost did. I almost chose you this morning. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Liar.
Yeah, I kind of wondered what the utility was in that lie. I guess maybe he just thought he needed to say something.
Right.
Maybe
like,
he
don't
did.
kick her while she's down.
Yeah.
Maybe for a second he thought about it. I doubt it.
I doubt it.
He's probably just making her feel better.
Yeah,
right.
I think so. Because she was pretty pathetic about it.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, we could be executed together or separately.
One at a time.
We could be by gun or by sword, by ability.
All three.
But the one thing is that they will definitely make it slow.
Yep.
And they will definitely make it painful.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be lots of people watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Mare's super excited about that. She's got that to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's all like, well, I hope I just bleed everywhere and then everyone will see that I have red blood. What are they going to do then?
Why?
Cal's like, they'll just hide it. I mean, I thought it came with the biscuit.
He's like, do you think that'll change anything when everybody sees you bleed all over the place? Like, that's going to change anything?
Right.
They're spinning so much of this already, they'll just find another way to spin it. And, you know, she's like, but they have to be, you know, this has to be carried on. She's thinking to herself, you know, I gave Farley the list. This has to be something that's continued. And then she's like, oh wait. Farley's dead.
Yeah.
Right. She assumes everybody's dead.
Exactly. Because she's the ultimate pessimist.
Right. But Cal didn't even know about this list. In her hurry to tell everyone about the list, she forgot to tell Cal about the list.
At this point, yeah.
So he's like, what list? What list are you talking about?
No, she doesn't say it out loud, I don't think. She just thinks about it in her head.
No, she does. She's like...
Because he says something like the others?
Yeah. And she has to, like...
say
everything, and it comes out very choppy and bad.
Because at the same time, she's realizing that Julian told her so that Maven would know, so that Elara would know. Like, it's all part of, like, Julian was using her, too, as a gateway for information. He knew that by giving that information that it was going to get out.
I don't think that's
at all
true.
She said that he used her perfectly.
Maven.
Julian.
Have I been misinterpreting
No,
that?
she said Maven. She didn't say Julian used her perfectly.
Yeah. So what she says is, there are others. Julian figured it out. He told me how to find them, and I told him. He used me so perfectly.
Oh, so the him
is referring
okay.
to two
Right.
people in that sentence, so it can get confusing, but
'Cause I think
she's a 17-year-old girl about to be executed, so give her a
Right.
break.
I think that's why
Gotcha.
Julian kept telling her so many times not to trust anybody.
Exactly. In all fairness, Julian did say, you don't even have a right to trust me, so, you know.
Yeah. Here's where the doors really get open on the pity party.
Everyone come on in.
It's the confetti drop.
Mm-hmm.
It's the big time.
Yeah.
The champagne pops, and Mare is off and running with her pity party.
Bring the ice cream.
Because she's like, I thought that I was playing Cal and Maven both, and it turns out that everybody was using me, and, you know, then she's like, Cal is basically kind of just trying to be like, yeah, what did you think was going to happen? You know, Cal's taking it to the ultra pessimistic side. And Mare is trying to convince him that there was no malice towards Cal in particular in what she did. She didn't set out to hurt Cal like Maven did. He just happened to be caught in the crossfire.
Right, because he said to her, he's like, how does it feel to be used?
Which, oof, first of all.
Right. And she's like, I didn't mean to hurt you. I still think you're swell.
That's in your notes, isn't it?
That is indeed in my notes.
I remember you saying something about that when we were talking about it.
Yeah, and of course he doesn't respond to that.
As going back in preparation for one of our bonus episodes, I remember I saw this time, I don't even remember us really going over it, but there was a point where Julian was like, regardless of what you think, Mare, you are playing their game as their pawn. Or something like that. It's
right.
Like, yeah, honey.
Yeah, Julian tells her that, and she's all like, no, I'm not.
I'm no one's fool.
Yeah.
Okay, sweetheart.
I won't play their game.
Oh, but you are.
He's like, you're going to play their game whether you want to or not.
It would be awesome if when they lead them out to do the execution, they have a big screen up there and they actually have video of all the time. She was like, I'm not going to be anyone's fool. And they were just laughing at it.
I'm not a pawn.
Cell phone. And then she starts worrying about her family. Like a whole nother set of worries. Oh my God, they're going to kill my family
More
too.
stuff to feel pity
They're all
for.
dead. And
Thank God Shade is dead so he doesn't have to suffer this fate.
He's out of Maven's reach. I'm thankful.
She loves that drama.
Basically,
she loves that drama.
Everyone good in the entire world is dead except for Cal and Mare right now in her mind.
Pretty much.
And they're about to die.
Right. So just evil will prevail and good is dead.
And of course, the ultimate icing on the cake is that Kalorn is dead after everything that she did to try to save him. He died anyway.
Yeah.
So,
again,
that's the cherry on top of her pity party Sunday.
He's older than you, Mare.
Doesn't matter to her.
I know.
And then I just have in my notes another shade mention for Mare. She mentions her brother.
Her dead brother.
Again. Yeah.
And the fact that he is dead specifically, bringing that up, she just...
Well, because she
loves to keep that fresh in her mind.
That one eats at her.
Well, that's true.
Because she thinks she just saved all her brothers, but then they got to Shade first, and she knows that they did it.
But every time she's like, my dead brother Shade, or Shade is dead. It's like, can you talk about him without just being like, hey, no, he's also dead?
Nope. She cannot. You know why?
Why?
Because he's dead.
She loves that drama. She loves that drama.
I'm cutting you off.
Nope.
Okay.
I do the editing, not you.
I technically do a second set of editing.
I mean, that's true, but...
There's a mention of earrings here, and I have that specifically in my notes because I remember, Mia, you saying something about the earrings and some kind of relevance they have.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Mare's like, at least I'll still have the earrings when I die.
And those are the ones that each of her brothers gave her.
And Kalorn.
And
Kalorn gave her one.
When because they're not mentioned a ton of times, but...
The earrings? Yeah, they're mentioned.
They're mentioned quite a
bit.
Really?
Yeah. It was just in the last...
See, there's a difference between a girl and a guy. I didn't pick up on any of that.
we're like, earrings, ooh.
Yeah, there was in the episode where they blew up the bridge, Mythbuster style.
Yeah.
Kalorn gave
her
an earring, and she pierced her ear with it
that's
there.
right,
Actually,
right.
Kalorn gave Farley the earring to give to Mare.
Yeah,
there was a middleman there.
Right.
She straight up Kelso'd it.
Yeah, she just crashed it right in there. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, red blood. I hope nobody sees this."
Funny. Tee-hee.
So anyway.
So now Cal has moved over there to sit next to her, and she can feel his temperature.
She can feel his heat.
Dad made it creepy, not me. I was trying not to go there.
Well, we went there before.
Is this when he comes in?
Yeah, this is when he walks in.
Maven strolls in like a boss.
Like a boss. With all Daddy's medals on.
Mm-hmm. He inherited all of Daddy's shiny things.
Cal immediately throws himself at the cell like an idiot trying to get to Maven.
What do you think that's going to do? At least Mare is like, you know what, I'm too tired.
Yeah. Well, his swollenness makes the medal ring.
It does, and Maven flinches.
Yeah, Maven flinches. We got a flinch count there.
Yeah. We need to have like an actual count
so all
eventually.
that's good.
Where it's like an actual counter that gets put in the video version.
I'll
go back and count them eventually.
Yeah.
So then Maven starts talking trash, like old school street trash to Cal right here, basically.
Well, yeah, because Cal's like, so is it going to be you in the arena? Basically, do you have the intestinal fortitude to kill me yourself?
Basically, like, macaw.
Yeah.
Right.
And Maven's
do you even
like,
have the nerve?
Right. Maven's like, I can't beat you with ability, so I beat you with my head. Basically, like, it doesn't matter who's in the arena killing you. I've already won. Your death is just the afterthought.
Right. I beat you. Now I'm beating you more.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maven talking mad trash.
Yeah, Cal tries to appeal to Maven's softer side by calling him Mavie. And is basically like, how could you do this to father, to me, to her, meaning Mare? Like, didn't you hold some sort of regard for her?
No.
And then that's when the mad trash talking starts. And he says that outside all of this, everybody is waiting for him to stumble, for him not to be able to pick up his father's crown and keep this going. And that he has to be strong and show them right off the bat that he's not going to bow to anybody, basically.
Right.
That
I'm
everybody,
strong.
Yeah, that everybody was sitting around salivating, waiting for Cal to be king because he would be a pushover king. And they knew it. And Maven won't be a pushover king.
He most certainly will not.
No. And he craps all over Mare, too, here.
Right, yeah.
He gives a big dose of verbal whiplash to Mare. And she goes on. He talks about how she was with Cal, with his brother, when she was supposed to be betrothed to him. Like, see, this is where you see the deviousness of Maven, because he knew this all along. They never hid any of this. The cameras were rolling. I mean, he knew.
And I hear so much of Elara in this. When he tells the hypothetical story about what would happen if their father lived out his natural life and died on his deathbed an old man, and then Cal would be coronated as king, married to Evangeline, and they would have children by this point in time. And Evangeline's family would just kill Cal.
At some point.
And then their son, his heir, would be king. that Cal has no backbone, and basically they would just walk all over him and they would usurp him with his son exactly the same way. So that's Maven's excuse as to why he did what he did, and Cal's not buying a minute of it.
I guess that's not Cal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Maven's given the, my brother took everything from me. Everything was supposed to be mine.
Yeah. Mare has to pipe up on this, though, because she is not having Maven think that Cal, stole her from him.
Yeah.
She tells him that he was never hers and she was never his, that it was all a lie.
Yeah.
And that it didn't have anything to do with Cal. It was the fact that she thought that Mare thought that Maven was better than Cal, but he turned out not to be. So how could he think that since everything he said was a lie, their relationship and what they thought they felt about each other is all bogus anyway. And none of that has to do with Cal. It's all Maven's doing. He's done all this to himself. Maven flinches when she yells at him.
Yeah,
so that's
again.
another one. He's flinching all over the place.
Yeah.
So much for coming out with a strong backbone, King.
Right. Strolling in like a boss.
Cal doesn't have a
Leaving
backbone.
like a little baby.
Yeah, Cal doesn't have a backbone. Don't yell at me.
Sorry. My laugh is screechy tonight. I don't know what it is.
And Maven kind of appeals to Mare.
He's
He's like, I can save you.
right. If you choose
I'm the
me.
king.
Right.
Yeah, I can do anything I want. So choose me and I can save you.
And she's like, that's going to be a hard pass.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely Maven seeming like he doesn't want to let a play toy go. You know, he's had so much fun toying with her.
Yeah.
It's like, why not just keep toying with her?
Exactly.
And Mare's not buying it.
Right. For the first
Finally!
time, she makes a smart decision.
She's finally not buying it. She's like, oh, everything he says is a lie. Duh.
Right.
You told yourself that in chapter 9. Yet here we are in chapter 27. You're having to tell yourself that again.
Right. So then Maven's like, so you were going to choose him, Cal, over me. And what is Mare's response?
I have to throw my head back and laugh, feeling the eyes of the brothers on me. Cal betrayed me, and I betrayed him, and you betrayed us both in 1,000 different ways. The words are heavy as stone, but right. So right. I choose no one. So that is not ending the way either one of those brothers think it's going to.
Exactly. Also, love the fact that it is defying common YA stereotype of you have to choose one or the other.
Right.
She's just like, nah, I'm good.
You're not the boss of me.
Right.
Right. I don't think Cal is
I
really...
do what I want.
I don't think Cal was even that like, oh, choose me, but I think it was definitely just her outright saying, hey, I don't need either one of you.
Yeah.
I'm done.
It's also not I don't need either one of you. It's just like, why would I choose either one of you? You both have done terrible things to me.
Yeah. Maven, you just lied to me for 3 months, and Cal's about to die. So my options here are not real great.
I feel like if they hadn't been in a cell and there were something separating the two, that her finger would have been right in Maven's face while she was saying this.
Yeah,
line.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Surprised it wasn't. She could probably stick a hand through the bars.
Yeah. So she asks Maven if once her blood is spilled in the bowl of bones and everybody can see her red blood, what he's going to do. Is he going to tell the people the truth?
Honey.
Yeah. And he is so condescending, mansplaining the crap out of this to her.
Maven-splaining.
Pretty much.
It deserves its own title.
It is Maven-splaining. He's like, haven't you been paying attention?
No.
I'm the king. I can do anything I want. The truth is whatever he makes it. And so, Mare comes up with all these great quips in her mind, basically, about how, she knows that not everybody's going to believe the story that he's trying to spin because they'll see right through it. At least that's what she thinks. But Maven says that anybody that knew the truth about her had to be dealt with. So that means Lady Blanos
Yep.
has been dealt with.
Which, honestly, are we that angry? I mean, obviously she didn't deserve it, but, like, of
Right.
everyone Mare had to deal with, I feel like that's one of the most okay.
Yeah, it's like, But all of her maids,
If you're going to murder somebody.
yeah.
Murder
I mean,
Lady
all right.
Blanos.
I'll give you
She's
her.
like, so many people have been murdered up until this point anyway. All of her maids that were sisters, Elara killed them herself and apparently greatly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, because Elara's a cruel, sadistic person.
Right. And of course, Lucas is going to be the next one to be executed, and Mare is going to have to witness it. And Maven is really excited about it.
Yeah, and Mare's like, you told me he was safe with his family.
Honey, I actually like what Maven says.
Yeah.
When are you going to realize that every word out of my mouth was a lie?
Yeah. She's
Honey.
still not picking it up at this point.
He's
Not fully, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she's still
Right.
like, oh, there had to be some kernel of truth in there.
No,
No.
not really.
Not really.
right, and Maven has been not so subtly suggesting that Mare has not been paying attention, like over and over, and she's still not getting it. Sometimes she's so dim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he deals her another blow by saying that it was a shame they couldn't get Julian back here in time so he could watch Mare die.
Right. Mare's like, you found Julian? What? Huh?
And straight out of the book,
Yep.
I kind of like his response, to be honest.
it's Maven. It's so Maven.
It is, yeah.
He says, "Of course we did. We captured Julian and Sarah both." Maven laughs. "I'll settle for killing Skonos first, finishing the job my mother began. You know the story there now, don't you, Cal? You know what my mother did, whispering her way into Corianne's head, making her brain crawl." He draws closer, eyes wide and frightening. "Sarah knew, and your father, even you, refused to believe her. You let my mother win, and you've done it again."
Ouch!
Mic drop.
Right?
Pretty much.
And scene.
Yeah. It's
Good job, Maven.
It's basically just showing that Elara is still the puppet master here.
Yeah.
You know, Maven
Mhm.
goes to make a stand and it's on the back of his mother. You know, he doesn't do anything
Right.
without his mother.
Right.
That's the insidiousness of this plan.
Right.
Is that
I
it's
need
got
to.
Elara woven all the way through it.
Yeah. It has to go through mommy first.
And then he even tells Mare that he's going to kill her mom and her sisters and her father and everyone like her.
Right.
Yeah. Because he already knows,
siblings,
because she
everyone.
couldn't wait to tell him.
Right.
So he's like, I'm going to track down all those people and kill all them too.
And he doesn't have to have a list. He could do what
He can
Julian
use the
did
blood
and
base,
do
yeah.
the exact same
He
thing.
just needs to know that they exist.
Right. And then there's the quote that you stumped us with on the quiz that you were giving us the other night.
Oh, yeah.
I am the king and you could have been my Red Queen. Now you are nothing.
Bye-bye.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.
Yeah.
And he tells her, "I told you to hide your heart," which he did, and you didn't listen.
And then the best part of the chapter happens.
Mare launches a giant loogie. She spits in Maven's face.
Right in Maven's
Hey,
eye.
Maven, you got some loogie on your face there, bud.
Right in his eye. And so Maven's kind of like, yeah,
I'm gonna go.
I got loogie in my eye now. I got to go.
Right. I gotta go get Queen Mommy to wash this off real quick.
And it's kind of funny because he really did. He kind of delivered these awesome biting remarks, especially from a position of power. And then he kind of looked like an idiot at the end because she simply spit in his eye.
Well, I mean, she has 3 older brothers plus Kalorn, so basically 4.
Yeah. But before he goes, he says, many things led to this day for all of us. A forgotten son, a vengeful mother, a brother with a long shadow, a strange mutation. Together, they've written a tragedy. So all those moving parts have come together to place Mare and Cal where they are now, which is about to die. And then he waltzes out, or moonwalks, or however it is that he leaves the room.
Right. So then all the partygoers come out from the rooms they were hiding in, and Mare's pity party continues.
Yes. Let the pity party continue. We're serving desserts
right.
next.
Everyone's dead. The universe is lost. There will be no joy ever in human history. I mean, she's just super downer.
It started in the spiral garden, and now it ends here in the bowl of bones. I'll leave as a corpse. This is it. I'm going to die. Cal's going to die. Everybody's going to die. And Cal's just like, you know what I mean? And then they find out that they're each given their suits that they're going to wear into the bowl of bones. And Cal gets his, like, training suit. You know, he gets...
I mean, they're both in, like, cheap versions of a training suit.
Well, his is better, and hers is, like, the whatchamacallit one. And Arvin is there, and that's when he tells Cal that he's going to get to fight.
Well, Cal also still has his Flamemaker bracelets.
Right. They haven't taken that away from him, so... When his ability is lifted, if his ability is lifted, you're given that idea that it's going to be that he'll be able to fight. And
Mare will not.
Yeah, Mare is not given a decent suit. She's given no weapons. You know, she's basically just going to have to go in there and die. She's not going to have a choice.
And Cal's like, I'll protect you for as long as I can. And Mare says, I don't deserve it.
Honey.
Deserve's got nothing to do with it.
No, honestly, you don't deserve it.
So then they're on their way up to like the steel gate that I guess leads into the arena, and there's Lucas.
Yeah, he's there.
And Lucas is pretty mad at Mare.
Oh, yeah. I'd say he's pretty mad.
He's pretty mad. I don't really blame him.
No, I don't.
And Mare is actually like serving second dessert or after dessert coffee at this point in time because she's like, Lucas is just another one that I had to use and throw away. And, you know, she cringes when he says her name. And now in Lucas's defense, he lays it on pretty thick.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Well, he's about to be executed.
Let me read what he says here.
Yeah.
Would you do it again? The words sting sharply. Would you risk me for your terrorist friends again? I would. I don't say it out loud, but Lucas sees my answer in my eyes. I kept your secret. It's worse than any insult he could throw at me. The knowledge that he protected me, even though I didn't deserve it, gnaws at my core. But now, I know you're not different. Not anymore, he continues, almost spitting. You're the same as all the rest. Heartless, selfish, cold, just like us. They taught you well.
Wow,
Ouch.
Lucas. Yeah, I mean, Lucas is being a little harsh, if you want to be honest, I think.
I feel like he's being a little harsh, but, like, think about his standpoint. Think about what he's going through.
Sure.
Think of it from his point of view.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, he is about to die, so...
Right.
He can kind of afford to be harsh.
Exactly. It's like, he better get it all out now.
Yeah, if you're going
to
to go
really
out...
get a chance.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You might as well say everything, because you're not going to have any blowback at this point in time.
So they can hear as Maven's out there, right, and he starts to give his little speech outside in the arena area.
He says, some would call this cruelty. I don't doubt he memorized a stirring speech, probably written by his witch of a mother. My father's body is barely cold. His blood still stains the floor, and I have been forced to take his place, to begin my reign in such a violent shadow. We have not executed our own for 10 years, and it pains me to bring that awful tradition again. But for my father, for my crown, for you, I must. I am young, but I am not weak. Such crimes, such evil will be punished.
Wow.
Well, I don't doubt, like, I can just imagine him in front of, like, a mirror in his bedroom practicing that.
Oh, I can
And,
too.
like, yeah.
100%.
But, like, Elara's back there and she's like, no, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Do
pretty
it
much.
again.
Do it again.
Do it again. I'll just give it for you. Just controls him and gives the speech.
Pretty much.
So then Lucas is let out.
Yep.
Lucas disappears.
Pop, pop. Lucas is dead. And that's pretty much how that goes.
Yep.
Like, it's
But
that fast.
Mare's, like, she hears gunshots or and she's like, I can't look.
Yeah.
So technically, she did not watch Lucas die as intended, but I
No.
feel like it's close enough.
She sees them drag his body away,
That's
though.
right.
And sees the blood all over the sand.
Then Mare throws yet another pity party. This one's formal.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Attire, dress.
Yep.
Fancy.
But she doesn't really have much time to do anything because they're next.
Yes.
So she gets her first look at the arena in the Bowl of Bones. And it looks pretty much like a standard arena, you know, like you got.
Yeah.
And there's video screens everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
'Cause why not?
Right. I mean, you got to make sure that the people in the cheap seats can still see the action.
Right.
And the video cameras are trained on Mare and Cal.
It's like a silver thing. Are there cheap seats? I feel like it's for like mostly for the high houses. Would there be cheap seats?
Of course. Where are the common silvers going to sit?
Are they there is my point.
Oh, I'm sure they're there. They're going to have as many people there as possible.
Oh, yes.
And then it's also going to be recorded and broadcast.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So then on that same video screen, though, don't they play a sweet video package of all the things the cameras caught that they didn't realize?
Oh,
they
yeah.
should have known.
Some security camera footage breaks in instead of them showing Cal and Mare in the arena. And every single moment that Mare spent with Cal,
Like
on
the
there.
dance
Is on there.
lessons and
The
everything.
kiss.
sneaking out to go to the stilts, the
Mhm.
dance lessons,
Mhm.
all their conversations,
Mhm.
the kiss,
Mhm.
everything.
The king's
So
murder
no.
at the end.
It was
And
not
yeah,
the right time
all the
to
way
make
up to
out.
the king's murder. So then once, Mare realizes she's seen this video package and the way it's put together completely corroborates the story that they're trying to
Yeah.
tell.
Right, like even she would believe their story at this point.
Like, I mean, that's what it looks like, is that we were whispering, we were dancing, we were doing all of this behind the king's back and Maven's back, and then I convinced him to kill the king.
Yeah, with the evidence given, it makes some sense.
Then we've got another speech by Cal, and this one is specific just for Mare.
Maven?
Yeah, by Maven. And this one is
You'd think
specific.
you'd get them straight by now.
Well, I still had Cal thoughts in my head.
Swole.
Hey.
Cal. Sorry.
No, not you, Dad. I was like,
So yeah, Maven gets up and he's directing this. And this is basically just to cover everything that Mare's already saying. How are you going to just explain when I have red blood? He pretty much covers it before she even goes out there. Before they even start.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
I've got it. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Mayor Molly Barrow, once we believed you to be the lost Marina Titanos, another murdered citizen of my crown. With the help of your red brethren, you deceived us with technological tricks and ruses, infiltrating my own family. We gave you an education, status, power, strength, and even our love. For that, you repaid us with treachery, turning my own brother against his blood with your deceit. We now know that you are an operative for the defeated Scarlet Guard, and you are directly responsible for the loss of countless lives. together with my brother, Prince Tiberius VII of House Calor and House Jacos, you are accused of many violent and deplorable offenses against the crown, including deception, treason, terrorism, and murder. You killed the king, my father, bewitching his own son to do the deed. You are a red devil. And then he looks at Cal. He's like, and you are a weak man, a traitor to your crown, your blood, and your colors. I pronounce you both guilty of your crimes. Submit to execution.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then the crowd squeals like a bunch of bloodthirsty pigs. Because that's exactly what they
are.
Yeah, they're just ready to see some blood all over the place. And Mare's like, this is it. Here it comes. The execution, the firing squad's going to come out, and they're going to shoot us in front of everybody and broadcast it. But that's not exactly what happens.
Right.
What does happen?
So, some people walk out.
And there's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a strong arm from House Rhombos, who Mare so casually notes will tear her from limb to limb.
Yeah. Oh, how she describes how each of these people could kill either her or Cal is just so very Mare.
Mm-hmm. A shadow from House Haven, who can disappear and choke her to death without her even knowing he's there. An Osanos nymph, who could defeat Cal's fire and drown him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the best 2 for last come out in matching suits, Evangeline and Ptolemus, with their knives, ready to attack.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Mare is all of a sudden, like, hearing a ticking in her head, like it's go time. We're getting there. She sees it coming, sees the end coming. And above them, she hears Maven say, let them die.
Let the bloodbath begin!
Yep.
And scene.
That's the end of the chapter.
That's our cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Is now 5 very powerful silvers coming towards a Mare with no weapons, Arvin suppressing her power, and Cal with only his flame maker bracelet, and a nymph right there to put out his fire. So it doesn't look real great for Mare and Cal at this point in time.
Yeah.
Correct. Not looking good. Thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, not very bright. The future isn't looking good.
No. They're definitely planning on toying with them in the arena before they kill them.
Yeah.
It is not going to be anything quick and painless. They're going to draw it out as long as possible.
I think
But one thing is, I think that they have to, be smart, because Cal can still technically fight.
Cal is probably, based on the way they describe him, by far the best.
Right.
In this kind of combat.
We have seen him take on 2 people at the same time and win.
Handily.
Yeah.
So, but now we have
this is a
5
lot. Right.
That's
elite level fighters.
That's true. But I feel like they have to be careful with how long they let this draw on.
Yeah.
Because he could, if he's able to take 1 or 2 out early.
Yeah.
You never know.
Or if they're able to kill Arvin somehow, then...
And then Mare can
you'd have a
bring
whole
down
other
the lightning.
host of problems coming.
Yeah, that would be the best thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you take out Arvin. Because we haven't got there yet, but in the future books, Julian's even said, you're so much more powerful than us about Mare, and they don't even know the extent of her abilities. We find out, just not even the limits necessarily, but how powerful she can be in the future books. So, if you just can give her powers back, you never know what difference that could make. That would be the smart way to go.
Definitely.
You want to think about that. First thing Cal should do is turn around and flame.
Yeah. Flame blast Arvin.
Yep.
Right.
And then turn the tide on the whole thing.
Right.
Exactly.
But we shall have to wait till next week to see
That's correct. I think
how all that goes down.
this chapter, there's just so much good Maven material because he gives these great speeches that are just kind of like cutting and biting. But then, like you pointed out earlier, a lot of his actual accolades are things his mom has done.
Right.
So he sounds like a spoiled little child.
Yeah. It's an Elara propaganda
Right.
machine.
It's when you go back and read it, it's kind of almost borderline funny. Not like it's written poorly, but it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you can tell he's a kid,
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
a spoiled kid, and
And I
his
mean-
mommy's in charge.
Exactly. And it's like, what is he going to do if Elara dies?
Right. And it also makes it almost
Like before he's an adult.
right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it also how much slack is Elara going to give him to do what he wants to do because he's so emotionally stunted and childish. The things that he might come up with are kind of scary if you think about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Right.
And he's basically got Kate Blanchett to just go crazy
Right.
with the kingdom.
Carte Blanche. Kate Blanchett. He can do whatever he
He
wants.
can do whatever he wants.
And that's scary.
Yeah. So we've got one more chapter in this book left and the epilogue.
Which we'll do together.
Yeah.
We're going to do those as one
Because the
episode
epilogue's like 5 pages.
next week. Yeah. And then we're going to have some really fun bonus episodes. Mia's been planning some stuff for us to do kind of in between books 1 and 2.
They're going to be 3, I believe.
Yeah. She's got another production coming up. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to bank some episodes for you guys so we make sure that you've got content every week. We can make sure we've always got something to put out for you. But we're going to take a little break in between books 1 and 2 and shake it off a little bit and have some fun before we jump into
Shake it off.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm done.
I mean, I threw you a softball.
You did. Yeah.
And we're gonna have some fun before we jump back into book 2. Because for those of you guys that have read the series already,
It does not get much brighter.
yeah, it's a real downer. But we're gonna make it as fun as possible, like we always do.
There's going to be some characters to make fun of.
So many characters to make fun of.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah. There's one character in particular we're going to have a field day with.
Right.
Yeah.
But we also get a lot more of other characters that we really like.
Right.
So
Farley, namely.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you've read through a lot more of the series, you forget how mysterious Farley is in the first book.
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
But
It is
that'll
pretty funny.
change.
That'll change pretty fast.
So this week's fan art, again, is kind of fitting for what we have for this episode, especially with who is coming out at the end, because we've got a drawing of Evangeline. So I will show you guys this.
I like that.
Wow.
That's good.
With her knife there.
Yep.
Yeah. She actually has silver hair. Congrats.
Yep, actually has silver hair and silver eyes. So I got that part of it right. The kind of gunmetal looking suit, since
Yeah.
her family does all the weaponing and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Weaponing? Is that a word?
I mean, something like that.
Weaponating.
And this comes
Weaponizing?
from RwR Draws on Instagram. That is LuarDraws. We'll have that link on our fan page on our website. We'll have it on our Instagram as well, and we will tag their Instagram, the artist's Instagram as well. So let me throw the socials out there for you guys. Sorry about that background noise. We've also got our fan casting episode that we're going to have in between book 1 and 2. So send us in those ideas for the fan casting episode. We're always looking for fan art. So send your fan art in. You can find us on Instagram. That is the place where we're most active. That's just at Reading with the Rockefellers. You can send us an email, which is readingwiththerockefellers@gmail.com. You can go to our website, which is www.readingwiththerockefellers.com. On the website, we've got all of our episodes. There's links to downloads, the fan art. Every week we've got the fan art that's posted. You can see our beautiful faces. I need to get a picture of our new babies put up on there. They've made their Instagram debut, but they haven't made their website debut yet. Yeah, we've got 2 new mascots for the show, new baby rats. So we've got to get that taken care of. But yeah, we really love hearing from you guys. Book 1 has been such a roller coaster, and we are ready to wrap this thing up, have some fun, and then jump into book 2.
Yes.
Still need some fan casting.
Yeah, definitely send in your fan
submissions.
casting submissions and your fan art. We're always looking for both of those. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and coming along on this journey with us. And we will see you next week for the conclusion of book 1, Red Queen.
Yes.
Exciting.
All right. See everybody next week.
Bye.
Bye.